here is the question that kept me up last night. The one I couldn't shake no matter how hard I tried. What if the people who truly love us, the ones who are actually capable of deep, real, unconditional care, reveal themselves not in what they do, but in what they would never do? What if we have been looking for love in the wrong places? In the apologies after the hurt, in the gifts after the neglect, in the promises after the betrayal, and missing the quiet, steady truth that real love simply does not require us to suffer first. So tonight, I want to get curious about this with you. I want to look at the 6 things that people who genuinely, deeply care about you will never, ever do. And I want to ask you to hold someone in your heart as we go through them. Not to judge them, not to punish them, but just to finally give yourself permission to see them clearly. Because you deserve to be loved in a way that feels safe. You deserve to be loved in a way that doesn't keep you guessing. And maybe, just maybe, it's time we stopped accepting less. I don't know about you, but I've been thinking a lot lately about the strange, quiet ways we figure out who really matters in our lives. Have you ever found yourself staring at a one-word text, just a cold, dry K, and felt this weird, sinking feeling in your stomach, like something is off, but you can't quite name it? Or maybe you've walked away from a conversation with someone, and instead of feeling energized or connected, you feel smaller, lighter in a bad way, like you're suddenly carrying a weight you didn't have before you sat down with them. I've been there more times than I'd like to admit, and it got me curious about something we rarely stop to examine. We spend so much of our energy trying to be good friends, good partners, good people, worrying if we're showing up enough, saying the right things, being supportive. But we almost never flip the script. We rarely stop and ask the really uncomfortable, necessary question. Is the person on the other side of this table, this text thread, this relationship, actually capable of caring for me the way I deserve to be cared for? Because here's the thing I'm starting to realize, and it's been a total game changer for my peace of mind. Care isn't really about the grand gestures, the surprise birthday parties, the big, I love you, in public, or the performative support on social media. Real, deep, lasting, genuine care actually shows up more clearly in the things a person refuses to do. It's in their boundaries, their instinctive pauses, the actions they simply will not take, not because they're afraid of getting caught, but because the thought of hurting you is genuinely unbearable to them. So I went down a rabbit hole on this. I looked at my own relationships, the ones that have lasted for years, and the ones that have quietly faded away, and I found 6 specific things that people who truly, deeply care about you will never ever do. And honestly, just sitting with these 6 things has shifted how I see everyone in my life. Let's start with the first one, because it's the most intimate and the most painful when it's violated. People who truly care about you will never use your vulnerability as a weapon. Think about that feeling when you tell someone your deepest, darkest fear, the thing you're most ashamed of, the failure that keeps you up at 3 in the morning. I remember telling a friend once about my fear of being found out. That imposter syndrome nightmare, where you think everyone will eventually realize you have no idea what you're doing, and you're just faking it through life. I told him in complete confidence, on a porch late at night, and it was one of those moments of real raw, terrifying vulnerability where you feel like you're handing someone a piece of your soul. A few months later, we had a stupid, trivial argument about something I can't even remember now. And in the middle of it, he looked at me and said, "Well, maybe you're right. Maybe you don't know what you're doing. You even said so yourself that night." Whoa, it hit me like a frozen wave. In that split second, he took the most tender, protected part of my inner world, the part I had trusted him with in a moment of pure honesty. and he turned it into a sharp object to win an argument. Here's what I've learned since then: people who truly care about you are the guardians of your secrets, not just the managers of them. When you share a vulnerability with them, in their mind, they are receiving a sacred trust. They understand that vulnerability is the actual bedrock of intimacy. Without it, you're just two people performing politeness for each other. To use that against you later, in a moment of anger or frustration, is not just a mean move. It's a fundamental betrayal of the entire relationship's foundation. A caring person might bring up a difficult pattern they see in you, but they will do it with love, in private, and with the goal of helping you heal, not hurting you. They will never, ever throw your past pain in your face to wound you in the present. They treat your soft spots with the same gentleness they'd want for their own, because they see your pain as connected to their own humanity. The second thing is more subtle, but in many ways, it's even more poisonous because it attacks your sense of reality itself. People who truly care about you will never make you question your own mind. This is what psychologists often call gaslighting. But in everyday life, it's just death by 1,000 tiny cuts. Have you ever been in a conversation where you say, "Hey, when you said that yesterday, it really hurt my feelings," and they look back at you with this genuine, bewildered expression and say, "I never said that. You're imagining things. You're too sensitive." Or you remember a specific event happening a certain way. Maybe they showed up late, or they forgot something important, and they insist, with such absolute confidence, that you're remembering it wrong, that it never happened, that you're making a big deal out of nothing. A person who truly cares for you will never, ever make you distrust your own memory or your own perceptions. Think about it logically for a second. If I genuinely care about you, and you tell me that something I did hurt you, my immediate reaction shouldn't be to deny your experience or to correct your memory. My reaction should be curiosity and concern. It should be, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't remember saying that exactly, but clearly I did something to make you feel that way, and that's what matters right now. Let's talk about it so I can understand." A caring person understands that your feelings are your reality. They don't have to agree with your perspective 100%, but they will honor it as valid because it's yours. They will never try to rewrite history to make themselves look like the victim, or to make you feel unstable or crazy. They value your sanity, your trust in your own mind, more than they value being right in an argument. They would rather lose the argument and preserve your sense of security than win the point and leave you doubting yourself. The third thing is about accessibility, about whether someone is actually available to you or just performing availability from a safe distance. People who truly care about you will never keep you at arm's length indefinitely. Now, we all have walls. We all need space sometimes. That's healthy. That's normal. That's human. But there's a massive difference between someone saying, "I need a little alone time this weekend to recharge," and someone who has built an impenetrable fortress around their heart that you are never, ever allowed to enter. I had a friend once, and we'd hang out, we'd laugh, we'd have what looked like a great time on the surface. But any time I tried to go a little deeper, to ask how they were really doing beneath the jokes, to share something personal about my own struggles, to bridge the gap between acquaintances and true friends, the conversation would pivot instantly. They'd make a sharp joke, change the subject abruptly, or physically find a reason to leave the room. It felt like I was constantly pressing my face against the glass of their life, able to see the shapes and shadows inside, but I could never actually get through the door. People who care about you are working towards connection, not protecting themselves from it. They understand that intimacy is a two-way street, a mutual exchange, not a solo performance. they will let you in. They will share their own fears, their embarrassing childhood stories, their hopes for the future that feel a little scary to admit. They are not perfect, and they won't pretend to be. They let you see the messy, unfinished parts of them, because they trust you with those parts. If you constantly feel like you are chasing someone, running after them trying to get closer while they constantly back away, that's not care. That's a performance of connection without the substance. Real care requires vulnerability from both sides. It's a mutual undressing of the soul, not one person staying fully clothed, while the other stands there naked and exposed. The fourth thing is about your dreams, those fragile, precious parts of you that haven't even come true yet. People who truly care about you will never dismiss your dreams as foolish. Remember that crazy idea you had, the one that made your heart beat faster just thinking about it, the one you were almost embarrassed to say out loud because it felt too big for your current life. Maybe it was starting your own business, writing a book, moving to a new city where you don't know anyone, quitting a stable job to learn to paint. Now, remember the first person you showed that dream to. What was their reaction? A person who doesn't truly care might laugh, or they might give you that pitying look and say, "That's nice, but be realistic." Do you know how many people fail at that? The odds are really against you. They often frame it as protecting you from disappointment, or being the voice of reason, but really, if you look closely, they're just projecting their own fear of failure onto you. They're scared, so they want you to be scared too. But a person who truly cares does something almost magical in response. They get excited with you. They don't care if the idea is half-baked, or if you don't have a plan yet, or if the painting you've started looks like a child's scribble. They see the spark in your eyes, and their immediate instinct is to fan the flames, not to dump water on them. They might ask questions, really curious questions like, "Okay, so what would the first step be? Have you thought about talking to someone who's done that? How can I help?" They help you build a bridge from your fantasy to reality, not by tearing the fantasy down, but by handing you bricks and mortar and asking where you want to start. They understand that your dreams are not just hobbies or silly ideas, they are a part of your soul's expression. To dismiss your dream is to dismiss a part of you. They may gently point out practical hurdles, but it's always from a place of wanting to help you succeed and navigate those hurdles, not to convince you to give up before you've even begun. The fifth thing is about the silent, cold punishments that can creep into relationships and freeze the warmth out of them. People who truly care about you will never withhold affection as a punishment. This is a big one, and it can be incredibly painful because it feels like someone is turning off the sun. It's the silent treatment that goes on for days. It's the cold shoulder at dinner. It's the sudden lack of warmth, the absence of "I love you" at the end of a phone call, the one-word answers designed to make you feel like you're walking on eggshells. We all get upset. We all need time to cool down after a fight. That's normal and healthy. But there's a massive difference between saying, "I'm really angry right now, and I need an hour to go for a walk and collect my thoughts, but I'll come back and we'll talk," and simply vanishing into a cloud of cold silence. Withholding affection, ignoring calls, refusing to say, "I love you," back, acting like the other person is invisible in the room, is a form of control. It's a punishment designed to make the other person feel so desperate for your approval, so starved for your warmth, that they'll do anything, apologize for anything just to get it back. It's emotional manipulation dressed up as needing space. A person who truly cares about you will never use their love as a bargaining chip. Their love is not a faucet they can turn on and off, depending on whether they're happy with you. Even in the middle of a heated argument, even when they're furious, they will still treat you with a baseline level of respect and human decency. They might be angry, but they won't be cruel. They will communicate their need for space clearly, but they will also reassure you that they're not going anywhere, that the relationship is bigger than this one fight. They understand that the connection between you is more important than winning the current disagreement. And finally, the sixth thing, and maybe the most important one for anyone who has ever felt like they don't quite fit in. People who truly care about you will never make you feel like you are too much. Have you ever felt like you have to physically and emotionally shrink yourself to fit into someone else's life? You hold back your excitement about something you love because they've called you extra before. You hide your sadness because they've said you're too negative or draining. You quiet your opinions, your weird interests, your passionate rants, because they make the other person uncomfortable or bored. This is the quietest, most insidious form of rejection. It's the constant, unspoken message that your authentic self, the real you, is an inconvenience, a burden, something to be managed and minimized. But here's the truth I'm learning, slowly and painfully, as I get older. For the right people, for the people who truly care, you are not too much. You are exactly the right amount. You are perfectly portioned for their hearts. A person who truly cares about you doesn't want a watered down, sanitized, easy to digest version of you. They want all of you. They want the chaotic enthusiasm at 7 in the morning, the deep existential questions at 2 in the morning, the weird laugh that escapes when you're really happy, the passionate, rambling explanations about the things you love that no one else seems to care about. They might not always have the energy to match you. Life is tiring for everyone. But they will never, ever make you feel bad for being who you are. They will say, I'm a little tired tonight, so I might not be the best conversationalist, but tell me about your thing anyway. I love seeing you light up when you talk about it. They create a safe harbor for your entire personality, for all of you. Not just the parts that are convenient or comfortable for them. They celebrate your bigness instead of asking you to be small. So after sitting with all of this, after thinking about these 6 things, and looking at my own relationships through this lens, I have to come back to that person I asked you to think about at the beginning. How did they measure up? And I want to be really clear about something. This isn't about creating a checklist to confront people with, or about pointing fingers and making accusations. It's not about building a case against someone. It's about giving ourselves permission to pay attention. It's about quieting the loud noise of what we hope a relationship is, what we want it to be, what we're trying to force it to be, and finally, gently, seeing what it actually is in reality. Because here's the thing I'm starting to believe more and more every day. The people who truly care about us, the real ones, the keepers, they don't make us guess. We don't have to decode their texts. We don't have to earn their kindness through good behavior. We don't have to beg for their respect or perform for their affection. It's just there, steady and quiet and warm, like a background radiation of love. It's an unwavering presence that doesn't flicker and fade depending on the weather. And when we experience that, when we finally know what real, consistent, non-manipulative care feels like, the kind that doesn't weaponize, doesn't gaslight, doesn't dismiss, doesn't punish, doesn't shrink us, it changes our entire standard for relationships forever. We stop accepting crumbs from people who should be offering us the whole loaf. We stop apologizing for our own vagueness. We stop chasing people who are always running away. So here's my final question for you, and for myself, to sit with quietly in the coming days. Are you settling for a relationship that quietly, constantly asks you to be small? Or are you finally making room, clearing out the old furniture, to make space for the people who make you feel safe enough loved enough to be absolutely, unapologetically huge. Because you deserve the latter, we all do.